Hello everyone, this is LW Gaming and welcome to a video I didn't expect myself to make. Well, anyways, today we're gonna talk about what's happened in the banners. Although I kind of think I should probably give this a new name when it comes to the series as a whole. So for Solo Convallaria, I'm gonna make this one as in Languisher I say like weekly and major updates when it comes to like this kind of stuff. Well, Solo Convallaria kind of follows the same update schedule as Languisher, but it's a little different because for Solo Convallaria they released their update around Friday, unlike Languisher, which they update them around like Thursday or maybe late Wednesday. You get the idea. Like depending on where you live, that is. So for me, it's like they always update on every Friday as far as I've seen. So anyways, let's get right into the main part of the video. So anyways, in the summoning, there is a new Destined banner that's active from today all the way to the 22nd of August. So you might be wondering, do I have insight of the banner schedules? Unfortunately, I do not, but I am gonna keep you all informed as much as possible. Although you can watch other content creators to give yourself some ideas because in the Taiwanese server, like initially I thought it was China's, but no, it's Taiwanese actually. Sorry if I mixed those up for some reason because for some reason I thought the future insight was like wouldn't see in itself, but no. For this game, it is Taiwan or TW for short. So, anyways, the reason why we couldn't rely on that is because their schedule on the upcoming Destined banners aren't always like the same as the one we're receiving in global version. Which honestly, it is a good thing for some degree. Like for one, you won't be like ruined with the surprise like what is coming. But of course, the Destined banners are going to be for characters that have already existed in the game. But basically they're giving them an opportunity to appear again for you to get, of course. So, anyways, let's talk about what this new Destined banner will be featuring. This features a returning character of Nungal, which is the destroyer archer wielding a crossbow, which is pretty nice, as well as Garcia, the one with like a spinning blade that whips enemies and also pulls them towards herself. And she's a seeker. By the way, in case you guys can't tell, a seeker is like an assassin kind of a role, so it kind of fits well for her. So yep, if any guys like these characters, I will say go right ahead and summon. But if you don't have enough resources to get someone from the banner, I would say just save up. You don't need to summon anything here. Like if you've been playing gacha games like Languisher or any other games in general, it's best to save up rather than just spend your whole voucher or whatever those resources you have for the summons. So yeah, you're gonna have to reserve those at some point, and sometimes if it's actually well worth to get, grab it. If not, just skip it. No need to force yourself to summon. So, anyways, this is just a short and quick update on the banners. But of course, there could be another one coming up soon, which I think is mostly going to be debuted. Like, I think debut banners is mostly featuring heroes that are new, or characters that are new. I mean, in this game, like I should stop calling them heroes because they're not called heroes in this game. They're called characters. So, but anyways, and it's the next debut I seen on one of those leaked images. It is showing one of those heroes that we have seen. Oh my god, why am I keep saying heroes? I don't why. Anyways, that it's showing a character that was already been seen from the Spiral of Destiny, which she appeared as a crossbow wielder and she is a watcher. So you might already know who I'm talking about. So I'm not gonna spoil here, in case you guys haven't seen that video yet. So, anyways, I'm gonna leave the video at that for now. Like this is just a short and simple update when it comes to banners. Anyways, hope you all find this video informative and help you decide whether if you want to poll for them or not. Well, actually, wait. Before we go, we gotta take a look at what they do. So Nungal, I should probably say this in the beginning. So, anyways, like I said, she is a crossbow destroyer unit. And she does comes with a marking bullet. So it's a basic attack. It does like a single target attack. Nungal deals 85% physical damage and inflict -1 move and the Hangman's Mark for 2 turns. So the -1 move is of course makes them reduce their movement by 1 tile, which is pretty huge in some scenarios. Like of course, some of you guys might think it's no big deal, but in some battles it is a big deal because you won't move as far with this one. So it's kind of like mobility down from Languisher. And the Hangman Mark. This one is like some kind of a debuff afflicted to you. So being attacked by certain skills will cause the character to receive additional effects from the attack. So yep, it's like a debuff that's like that won't be good for you, of course, if you got it. Okay. And then the next part right here is called Sniping Stance. It is an instant skill as a support. And basically it gains a sniping stance for herself, and her skill switches to moving stance. So yeah, so sniping stance is like a buff for herself, increase the maximum range of the range skill by 2 tiles, which makes her like a true sniper. And attack and crit plus in 15%, unable to move. This effect cannot be immune or dispelled. So you can think of this like Salvaria from Languisher. Like she enters her like Valkyrian's form, and then she won't be able to move, but her range is insane long. You can think of that as a Zelvaria from Languisher M, or you can consider her. Although Zelvaria isn't originated from Languisher, she's from Valkyria Chronicles. I'm just saying that as an example. If you think about this in Languisher's terms. And then, of course, after using sniping stance, you do get an option to use the moving stance after the next turn. So, yep. So basically, we move to the sniping stance and grants plus speed plus by 2. The character can move again. So, yep. Or you can call this as Young Jessica, actually. But this is like a physical side. And there's also the sense of purpose. This is a passive, so it will activate any point. So this one is like when attacking enemies who have the Hangman's Mark, increase the crit by 30% and crit damage by 30%. Additionally, recovers 1 NRG when land a critical hit. So yep, this is pretty nice to have for Nungal. It also has Deadly Aim, physical damage, and it's a single target attack. And Nungal prepares for 1 turn and then deals 160% damage to the enemy, which ignores block. Ooh, that's huge. When attacking enemies with the Hangman's Mark, increases crit by 60%. The Hangman's Mark is cleared after landing a critical hit. So I gotta say, this skill itself sounds pretty busted because not only it does a lot of damage, it also prevents enemies from guarding, not guarding, from blocking. Like for example, if you're fighting against someone like a defender, for example, they usually have a shield. This one basically go past that block, which is insane. So you can imagine that those defenders aren't gonna have a good time against Nungal. Yeah, and then there's also quick reload is an instant skill. So yep. So yeah, if you for some reason running low on NRG, this is the skill you need to use. Like Nungal recovers 3 NRG and reduces skill cooldown by 1 turn. For 3 turns, Deadly Aim does not need to prepare for 1 turn. Actually, that sounds pretty strong. So yeah, when you activate this, the Deadly Aim will become like an instant skill of like attacking, of course. So yeah, this is pretty wild. Come to think of it. So yeah, you definitely want to get her if you like her as a character, or you just want to use her because of her how powerful she could be when she's out there. And of course, we have Garcia. We're gonna talk about what she does. I know one of my friends has her already, but as like an off-banner poll, which I gotta say she is an interesting addition here. Although I myself never used her because I don't have her. So this is her basic attack, Painful Cutting. It's a single target attack. Garcia deals 33% physical damage 3 times. When used against an injured target, crit is increased by 25%. So yeah, if you're fighting against an enemy that has like an HP threshold of 70%, this will increase her damage. This will increase her crit by 25%, which is pretty awesome. Which is pretty like dangerous if you're fighting against her. That is. So make sure you keep your units healthy to negate that. And there's also execution time. And it's a single target attack. Garcia deals 120% damage. She gains one stack of rotational acceleration when defeating the target. If she has 6 stacks of that before attacking, her damage is increased by 45%. Jeez Louise. You do not want to mess up with her. And basically, the rotational acceleration is a buff. Increase the attack and defense by 4%. So imagine if she has 6 of these. She would deal a lot of damage. Like, no joke. And then there's also the Hidden Executioner, and it's a passive. If there are no allies within one tile of the target before attacking, inflicts isolate and then dodge a negation on the target. The effects last for 2 turns and can be activated up to 1 time per round. So yeah, so as long as the target doesn't have any ally like next to a target they're trying to attack, they're gonna get isolated, and also they can't dodge on they can't dodge at all. So yeah, even if they do have dodge, they are not gonna be able to dodge with this one, which is nuts. So yep, Garcia, even though you guys are like kind of disappointed of getting her, don't worry, she's not that bad. She is actually pretty strong in some scenarios. And this is anyways, this skill is the spinning blade, and it's a physical damage, and this is an instant skill, so you can attack after using this. Garcia selects one enemy within a cross-shaped range around her and drag them to her side, dealing 70% damage and recover 2 NRG when defeating any target. So yeah, this skill is pretty strong. Like it basically is a grapple hook. Like you can grab like whoever's in your proximity and then pull them towards you and then do some dirty work against them. And then there's also Taste of Blood, which is the support skill and is an instant skill. Garcia dispels 3 debuffs on herself, recovers 30% HP, and gain Potential Burst. Lasts for 1 turn. So let's see what Potential Burst is. So Potential Burst is like increased attack by 20% and defense by 40%. Grants attribution debuff immunity, which is huge for her. Like she won't receive debuffs on herself when she had this. So yeah, you could imagine her like can still go out and do some work without worry about debuffing. Like her receiving debuffs. So overall, I'm kind of impressed. I'm really impressed with these two characters. They both are strong in their own ways. So second thing, would you want to summon for these? Like I personally would, but right now I gonna need to reserve my resources for whatever banners to come, because there are other characters in the game that's already in the Taiwanese servers that has yet to appear in global. I'm thinking about saving my resources for those characters instead. But anyways, your resources, your rules. Hope you'll find this video informative and maybe helpful, and I'll see you all next time.